Good morning, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Uncle Lee back here with you with a little pre-calculus discussion on the difference quotient in pre-calculus. This is a very important concept when we get to calculus, but not a very difficult topic in pre-calculus. So this is the difference quotient, and what we will learn next year is that this is nothing more, nothing less than the slope of a secant line to some function. But right now, don't think about it as the slope of a secant line. Simply think about it as an expression. Which expression? F of x plus h minus f of x over h. What we're going to do is take a particular function and simplify this expression. Okay? So, example number one. Let's say I have this function right here, f of x, x squared plus 3x plus 1. What do I want to know? I want to know what that difference quotient is, f of x plus h minus f of x over h. There's one hard part, and only one hard part, and the rest of it is simple algebraic manipulation. The hard part is this f of x plus h, and we're going to label that the hard part each time. So what I want to do is find f of x plus h. What does that mean? That means wherever I see x in the function, I'm going to put in x plus h. And that's why I have these big circles here. It's because my function is something squared plus 3 times something plus 1. What's the something? What's the something going to be? The x plus h. So I'm going to put that in there. X plus h squared plus 3 times x plus h plus 1. This is the hard part of this difference quotient. And that's the part that I'm going to find first before I put it in the difference quotient. So I have x plus h squared. X plus h squared. X plus h squared. Recall that x plus h squared, I have it over here. X plus h squared is the quantity x plus h times x plus h. Use the distributive property, multiply those two binomials, and what do you get? You get x squared plus 2xh plus h squared. So this is something we're going to use quite often. X plus h squared plus 2xh plus h squared. We're going to put that in over here. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, so that's what x plus h squared is. This guy right here. X squared plus 2xh plus h squared. Plus 3 times x plus h. 3 times x is 3x. 3 times h is 3h. Don't forget the 1. So this creature right here is f of x plus h. What I'm going to do now is put that into the difference quotient. F of x plus h minus f of x over h. And so this is f of x plus h. Right here, minus f of x. You better use big parentheses. If you don't use big parentheses for f of x, you're going to get messed up. This negative sign here is going to mess you up. So make sure you use big parentheses. Minus f of x. This thing here is f of x. Minus big parentheses f of x. F of x plus h minus f of x over h. Next step, what did I do? Look, what did I do? All I did was distribute the negative sign. And try not to do chalkboard math. Do not skip this step. If you skip a step, that's when you're going to make a mistake. Do not skip a step. So let's distribute the negative sign. Negative x. Negative 3x. Negative 1. So I have f of x plus h minus f of x. Now I'm going to simplify that big, nasty, long numerator. And it's a simple simplification. And here's the key. Everything without an h. Everything without an h subtracts away. If everything, and it's not magic, it's math. Seems like magic, but it's not. If, when you do simplify that numerator, if everything without an h does not subtract away, you have made an error somewhere. And now let's see if everything without an h does subtract away. I've got an x squared right there. I've got an x squared. Oh, minus an x squared. They're gone. All right, that's got an h. I bet there's not another, there isn't another 2xh. There's not another h squared. But look at the 3x. There's a 3x. Does it have an h? No, it doesn't. Does it subtract away 3? Oh, 3x minus 3x. Subtract away. What about that 1? Does that 1 have an h? It does not. Guess what? 1 minus 1. Subtract away. What do I have left? Up on top, I have the left a 2xh, an h squared, and a 3h. All over h. Next step, next process, next thing we're going to do, each of those terms have an h. Factor that h out. Factor that h out of each term. Factor an h. H times 2x, 2xh. H times h squared. H times 3, 3h. Guess what you can do now? Now you can cancel those h's. What do you have left? 2x plus h plus 3. That's what this creature here, f of x minus f of x divided by h, for this function is equal to. So, for f of x equals x squared plus 3x plus 1, that difference quotient, which is very specific and going to be very important next year in calculus, f of x minus f of x over h, is simply simplified to 2x plus h plus 3 for this guy right here. You are not allowed to make this difficult. There's only one hard part, and then it's just meticulous, tedious, if you will. Example number 2. Let's take about another quadratic function, f of x. And this works for other functions too. It's just the quadratics are the easiest, because we don't want to cube x plus h squared, or x plus h. We don't want to cube that, so we're just going to leave it for quadratics right now, to make it just so that we can wrap our heads around it. And it's very simple for linear functions. Well, let's just consider this quadratic function f of x, 2x squared plus x minus 4, and let's simplify this difference quotient, f of x plus h minus f of x over h. What's the hard part? And you can label it on your paper. The hard part is finding f of x plus h. And what am I going to do? What does my function, what does my rule tell me to do? It tells me to take 2 times whatever I put into the function, square it, 2 times whatever I put in squared, plus whatever I put in minus 4. That's what my function says to do. And now I'm going to put x plus h in there, and here we go. Oh, here we go. And here comes this bug again. X plus h squared, and we know what x plus h squared is. Did I factor it? Hopefully, yeah, I did. Daggone, I did. Why do I do the same thing? I don't know. X plus h squared. X plus h times x plus h. X squared plus 2xh plus h squared. This does not equal, ladies and gentlemen. Some of you want that to equal x squared plus h squared. That does not equal that. It equals this, which were found in a previous example. So here we have f of x plus h. The hard part is 2 times x plus h squared plus x plus h minus 4. X plus h squared is that x squared plus 2xh plus h squared plus x plus h minus 4. Keep in mind, I'm still just finding f of x plus h. Now, what are we going to do? We're going to distribute the 2x squared. 2 times 2 is 4xh. 2h squared plus x plus 4, plus x plus h minus 4. So this is the f of x plus h. Put it in my difference quotient, f of x plus h minus f of x. Okay? Let's put it in there. Let's get ready to turn things off here. So let's go. I got f of x plus h. This is f of x plus h. Minus, what do we have here? Big parentheses, f of x, big parentheses, f of x. So the big long numerator, step number 2. What's the next step? What's the next step? Over here, next step. Yes, distribute the negative sign. So let's be very careful. This is not hard. If you need to pause the video, pause the video. You're going to need to pause the video anyway to write down these steps. Because this you won't have this in your notes. You definitely want to have this in your notes so that you can follow along. Not difficult, just meticulous. Distribute the negative. Negative 2x squared. Negative x. Negative, negative, positive 4. And here's my numerator. Here's my f of x plus h minus f of x. And what happens with everything in the numerator? Everything in the numerator, everything without an h, subtracts away. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Let's try it. Let's try it. Let's scoot it up here so you can see a little bit better. Do I have a 2x squared? Do I have a negative? Oh, right there it is. They're gone. I bet there's not. There isn't. 4xh. 2h squared doesn't subtract away. The x, is there an x? Is there a negative? Oh, there is a negative x right there. They're gone. How about that? Oh, h drops down. How about, is there a positive? Oh, there is a positive 4. Negative 4, positive 4. So what do I have left on top? 4xh plus 2h squared plus h divided by h. Next step. Next step. Factor out the h. You're absolutely right. Back there in the back row. Factor out the h. Factor out the h of the top. Each term has an h. And this is not magic. This is math. Seems like it's magic, but it works out this way every time. Factor out the h. The h on the bottom is always going to cancel if you do things appropriately and accurately. Factor out the h is canceled. What do I have left? 4x plus 2h plus 1. So what did we just find? For the function 2x squared plus x minus 4, the difference quotient, f of x plus h minus f of x over h is simply equal to 4x plus 2h plus 1. This will have far-reaching implications next year in your study of calculus. So if you need to watch the video again, watch it again. If you need to pause the video, pause the video. If you need to rewind, rewind. Thank you for being so attentive, and good day to you.